to All About You. Today I'm going to be sharing with you something that I have been meditating on it, and it's about Joshua. If you want, you can read there. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Only be strong and very courageous, that you may observe to do according to all the law which Moses, my servant, commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may prosper wherever you go." What it means that being strong, I was thinking about that word strong. How many times we have been asking God to make us strong? My God, I want to be strong, make me strong. And when it says here about to be very courageous, it's not, God doesn't say to him that only to be strong, but to be very courageous. Why? Because all of us, we're going to face challenges, difficult moments in a different ways. Can be in your family, can be in your workplace, can be in your school. But the thing is that when those challenges come, we need to be courageous to face it. How? What God says here to him is that to be courageous, to be strong and very courageous, to obey the word of God, the law that is the word of God. And we have to be courageous to obey the word of God. And then when the situations come, the challenges come, we have to be courageous to obey the word of God, facing it, obeying the word of God. For example, in your family, sometimes what you used to do, you used to say, oh, my family is like this, my family is like that. You start to be judging your family, putting a lot of things. But instead of you to be courageous there, applying the word of God, using the word of God, you don't. That's why you're being weak there in your family. Sometimes it's in your workplace. You want to grow there, you want to have a better position, or sometimes it's not in your workplace, but you want to have your own business, and then you don't finding strength to build that. Why? Because you're not being courageous to obey the word of God, what God have been saying to you. And maybe it's not in your family or workplace, but maybe it's in your school. You have your friends. Maybe they're your friends. They saying like negative words. They talk about things that displease God, and you're not being courageous there to be obeying the word of God there, to apply it there. Or maybe it can be in your health. Sometimes like things will come in our health. But if you're not be courageous to obey the word of God in our health, using your faith and then facing it, believing that He's with us, what is going to happen? You're going to be weak, not be able to overcome that. And that's the thing. It's not a matter of like asking God, my God, I want to be strong. No. We want to be strong, but for us to be strong, we need to be courageous to obey the word of God. And as it's saying here, do not turn from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may prosper wherever you go. It's obedience. Wherever God says to us for us to go, we have to. And sometimes we want to do our will. No, I want things like this, like that. No, we have to obey Him. Do things in the way that He is guiding us to do. This is being courageous, obeying His word. And says as well, like, that you may prosper wherever you go. That prosperity here is not only like it's prosperity like financially, but prosperity in everything you do. in your health, in your family, in your work, in your school, and especially in your spiritual life. There is many that they are asking, they want to be strong in their spiritual life. But what you have been doing for you to be strong in your spiritual life? Maybe you already made a chain of prayer. You wrote it there. Oh my Lord, I want to grow my spiritual life. I want to be strong in my spiritual life. But what you have been doing about that? You have been investing on that. You have been taking time with God to meditate in His Word, for you to take from the instruction from His Word, or you're just doing things your own way. You're just praying, but you are not doing anything about it. It will be hard to be strong in those ways. Why? Because every time that we face challenge, difficult moments, the strength that we need, it will come from Him. But He's saying to us, be very courageous. Go there, do it, face it. And then we go. And the moment that we need to obey, we have to. Otherwise, if we do things in our own way, it's not going to work. This is what He's saying here. And when we face the situation and the tribulation that you come for, all of us as well, and sometimes it's even in your love life, you are facing like the challenge to be waiting. Maybe it's to be waiting. Wait for the right person. Maybe you are anxious. You're not being courageous to obey the word of God in that situation. You want to find a person in your way. I want the person like this and I'll do my... No. Doing the way of God. Be courageous to obey the word of God. Be waiting for the right moment, for the right person. Sacrificing your will. This is being courageous, obeying the word of God. And when we obey and then you persevere, the tribulations will come, but we remain strong. It makes us strong. If you think about, I was thinking that in the beginning, that when we start in our faith, many things happen, and then we fight to overcome things, and wherever they say at the past, or wherever we hear from God for us to do, we do it. We did it. We push ourselves to do it. No, I want to conquer this, I want this, and then I will do it. And today, maybe you are facing small things. Compare with the one that you faced in the beginning when you started the church. It's a small, but even though it's hard for you to remain strong, it's hard for you to overcome that. Why? Because you are not obeying anymore the word of God, not being courageous to obey the word of God. And we have to obey in everything. Why? Because at the end, we are fighting for our salvation. And if we let those things to make us weak, do you think that you're going to remain until the end for our salvation? We have to think about it. Why? Because our salvation is the more important thing. And if we are not being courageous to fight, it will be really hard for us to remain until the end. But as I'm sharing it with you today, it's God speaking. God spoke to me, and then that's why I'm sharing this with you. And then I'm sure that God will be speaking to you as well. And let's face whatever will come in our ways. Let's remain courageous to fight and to obey His word. Doesn't matter if sometimes when you are there in the situation, if you have to lose things, that physical things, because people are going to present things to you, and then it's like when you don't say, no, I don't, it's not for me, I don't want this, and then they start to mock you, and then it seems like you are losing, but you are not. You are gaining with God. Why? Because you are being courageous to obey the word of God. Even though they present things to you that it seems good to your eyes, but for God, it's not good. Remain strong, obeying Him, obeying His word. And then you see that how you're going to be prospering everything in your life, every areas of your life. And I'm sure that you're going to remain until the end. Okay, this is what I would like to share with you. And see you next time. God bless you. Bye.